I know my boundaries. I want to fight Anthony Joshua exclusive because I know that I will beat Anthony Joshua's ass. I know I will
just got knocked out, right?
Yeah. He doesn't have a chin and he has no skill and he's stiff. And I love you, Anthony. We're friends. All this, but I want to fight you.
AJ this morning, he went, listen, of course, I'd fight. I mean, you know, if the question was asked to Jai, would you fight Jake Paul? And there was...
I wouldn't fight him, I'd bash him.
Yeah, but he might do it. He might just do it for, you know, just for doing it, for the sake of it. But obviously we know, listen, Jake creates massive events.
Look into the camera and say it directly because it just has to be said. Jake Paul, sir, you are absolutely delusional.
Jake Paul has been vocal about wanting to take on top-tier boxers, and now Anthony Joshua has responded. Speaking to his promoter, Eddie Hearn, Joshua simply said, "Listen, I'd fight him." Hearn shared this revelation, emphasizing that AJ never backs down from a challenge. While a fight between the two seems unlikely due to the vast difference in experience, Joshua's openness to the idea has stirred excitement.
Truly wants that smoke or is just hyping?
Smoke or is just fueling the hype remains to be seen, but one thing is certain, AJ is always ready.
Yeah, I want to ask you a question because the world of media went mental this morning. Anthony Joshua against Jake Paul. Please put this to bed or light the fire. What's going on?
I mean, sorry. This is the first time I've spoken about the fight. To be honest, like, I look at it and I think Jake Paul against Anthony Joshua. I mean, look, for me, we'd do it for the banter. Do you know what I mean? Like, AJ would fight Jake Paul. He'd fight anyone, to be honest with you. And if Jake Paul wants to step up and fight Anthony Joshua, he'll need the relevant insurance. But, you know, the only thing that was disappointing was he says 2026. I mean, that's like calling someone out. That's like me saying, you know, LA Olympics for the surfing 2028, I'll be there. Do you know what I mean? Do it in 2025 if you really want to do it. You're not going to get really much better at this stage, but I don't know, those two have spoken. I spoke to AJ this morning, he went, listen, of course, I'd fight. I mean, you know, if the question was asked to Jai, would you fight Jake Paul? And there was...
I wouldn't fight him, I'd bash him.
Yeah, but he might do it. He might just do it for, you know, just for doing it, for the sake of it. But obviously we know, listen, Jake creates massive events, right? You know that's going to create, like, unbelievable viewership, and no disrespect to Jake Paul, it's a straightforward night's work. But, you know, I like this calling out of Canelo and all this. AJ it's another challenge up there. But, you know, if they're game, why not?
What did he say, AJ, to you about it?
He said, why not? I said, what do you want me to say when I'm asked about it? And he said, tell everyone I'll fight anyone, anytime. It's not a problem for me.
Jake Paul has set his sights on Anthony Joshua, claiming AJ has no chin, no skills, and is stiff. The YouTuber turned boxer took to Twitter, posting a picture of Joshua making a phone call with the caption, "Look who called. 2026 Anthony Joshua." Paul insists he would dominate the former heavyweight champion, sparking speculation among fans. In response, Joshua shared a screenshot on Instagram of himself on a call with Jake Paul, just after Paul publicly called him out. This social media exchange has only fueled rumors about a potential matchup between the two. Meanwhile, Jake Paul also shared a post from Vafa Sports, which revealed, "Jake Paul sent me his list of desired fights for 2025 and 2026 on February 10th, just 3 days after the Canelo matchup fell apart. On that list were 6 fighters. One of them was Anthony Joshua. I called Jake to confirm if he was serious, and he was, unequivocally." The boxing community has been buzzing with strong opinions on Paul's challenge. While some admire his confidence, many believe that taking on a seasoned heavyweight like Joshua is unrealistic and overly ambitious. Whether this fight actually materializes remains to be seen, but the hype is already in full swing.
The real deal respond to me as I tweeted my thoughts about delusion, which again, I think is more about what Jake said about Anthony Joshua and what he'll do to him. That was the more delusional aspect of this. Amanda Serrano said, "At Jake Paul is the truth. Funny, they say he's a fraud for wanting easy fights, then he asked for the toughest fights ever and they say he's nuts. Listen, he was scheduled to fight Canelo Gervonta, and now he's calling out Joshua. Come on, who else is doing this? Oh crap, on second thought, he is out of his freaking mind, you're right." That was more of just Amanda backing her guy, you know what I'm saying, the co-founder of MVP and someone that she really respects in Jake.
Adding another layer to Jake Paul's boxing ambitions, reports suggest he is also set to fight Gervonta "Tank" Davis. This development comes on the heels of Davis's
Jake Paul's boxing and
against Lamont Roach. Despite this potential matchup, Paul has continued to express his desire to face Anthony Joshua, signaling his ambition to take on high-profile opponents across multiple weight classes. His bold callouts have fueled debate within the boxing community, with many questioning whether these fights will materialize or if Paul is simply stirring the pot to keep the spotlight on himself.
Gervonta Davis, and she's not the only one saying that. Dan Rafael said the same thing earlier that day or maybe yesterday. I can't believe that that's true or if that was really going to happen. Essentially, the idea being, had Gervonta Davis beat Lamont Roach, he was going to fight Jake Paul next. And this is why I say, like, it's delusional, but it's possible. Like, he almost had the Canelo fight, and think what you will about how that went down and how realistic that was going to be. I legit think it was probably close to happening. Now you're telling me there were discussions and potentially, signed to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. And again, I do believe the reason for that is Jake's massive size advantage. Again, that's like a 100-pound weight advantage. How would that even work?
Following his bout with Lamont Roach, Gervonta Davis used the post-fight press conference to call out Jake Paul. This unexpected challenge adds another twist to the ever-evolving saga of Paul's boxing career, further intensifying speculation about his next move in the ring.
Who were you going to call out? What was the plan originally?
I think he was here. He came in my locker room.
Shakur Stevenson?
He wasn't in my locker room.
Jake Paul?
Next question.
Man, god damn, that's not the Gervonta I know.
Jake Paul's bold callout of Anthony Joshua, a two-time unified heavyweight champion, has sparked surprise across the boxing world. Many find it astonishing that Paul, with his limited experience, would make such daring claims about a fighter of Joshua's caliber.
Jake Paul has just called Anthony Joshua out. Yes, Anthony Joshua, AJ, the two-time unified heavyweight champion of the world. This brother called this man out. Oh my God. Now, in a recent clip on Jake Paul's podcast, I think, he basically said that he will beat Anthony Joshua's ass and he has no skill, no chin, and he's too stiff for him. He also apologized to Anthony, saying, Anthony, I'm sorry, we're friends, but I know I can beat your ass. This guy is tapped in the head. Then again, he almost got a fight with Tank. If Tank beat Lamont Roach when they drew, he would have fought Jake Paul. It was lined up, basically. A lot of people get mad when people say he's the face of boxing. These highly rated boxers want to fight Jake Paul. So, I don't know what to say, honestly. But one thing for sure, AJ will never fight. AJ's too classy for that. Way too classy. He respects the sport of boxing too much to fight this guy. Absolute plonker. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments and make sure you follow for the most up-to-date and sharp